Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Make plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like control, yeah, like control. Don't work like that when you love somebody. My old flex is my new flex now, and we're working on it. That's why I need all the energy that you bring to me. My last girl would tear me apart, but she never wanna split a thing with me. But when it comes to you, I think I'd lie for you. I think I'd die for you. Do things when you want me to, like control. Like control, yeah. I never wanna waste these shots. I do it how you say you want it. Them girls, they just wanna take my money. They don't want me to give you nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't wanna see me for your. Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Make plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you.
She wasn't herself. Well, she was herself, but not fully herself because MS continued to like forget and things like that. But the next time after that was on a live per se. Well, no, just texting them. I was texting them like, hey, this is what's going on within the family. Like your brother's just going through this, family going through that. Just regular stuff. Sometimes he like, dang nephew, I'm sorry you had to go through that. And that's after, like I said, after we see my grandma and stuff like that. So I thought he was like on a good accord. And then later down the line, I say like 2023, that's when my uncles, which is his brothers, and my aunts, which is his sisters, was like, hey, yeah, we trying to see our mom and things like that. So, and I was the only person at that time in the family that had direct connection to him because obviously like him to feature me, because he see me as his next kin too as well. But the thing with him that kinda look at me sideways a little bit is that I didn't graduate college. Like I dropped out of Millersville. So like it kind of like I guess rubbed him the wrong way, and he thought that in some situations I probably going to derail to something else, but it definitely didn't happen. And I have a brother too as well. We Irish twins, which means we 10 months apart. And he went to jail for life for murder type situation. So we went to the same. Umar put us same as much. Umar was involved in my life the same way he was involved in his. So like he handpicked the schools he wanted us to go to. My brother took a different route. I just stuck to the same route. But so after that, so people would hit me up like, hey, can you just reach out to Umar saying like, hey, we just want to see our mom, X, Y, Z, things like that. I start noticing like he didn't want to entertain those conversations. So one time he went live, and then and I just literally he went live, and he was in Philadelphia at the time, and I was in Philly at the time, and I was just like, hey, like I've been trying to reach out to you, the family reaching out to me, trying to see what's up with my grandma, and this is what Umar, I know he's gonna hate when he see this, but is me my siblings. So I have one brother and two sisters. And we call my grandma Barbara Shoemaker, which is my grandma's name. We call her Goon Goon.
Okay.
Goon Goon. Goon. He used to make fun, because we called her that since we was born, because we didn't know how to say grandma. So we said Goon Goon. And so as growing up, he was like, yeah, I don't know how y'all gave her that nickname. Like, that is just crazy. Goon Goon. Goon Goon. Like just how he talked and stuff like that. So when we say that, he knows specifically what kids is coming from within the family. So like, I'm asking him like, hey, what's up with Goon Goon? And he like, nothing. So when he went live, and I was like, hey, Uncle Umar, always say Uncle Umar, because I always get respect every time, always Uncle Umar. Hey, what's up, Uncle Umar? What's up with Goon Goon? Never said nothing in the live, never replied in the live, nothing. I go back to his page, like at the end of the live, I couldn't find his page no more.
He blocked you.
He blocked me. Right. So in my head, I'm like, so you blocked me for asking about my grandma now. So now this is kind of strange now, because now I didn't do nothing. Like I know, and what the lady was saying prior to, like, yeah, Umar said don't say nothing about like family and stuff like that. They can't come, which is a reason why though. Like it was things that she was saying that like was loopholes that made it makes like she kind of told on herself in a lot of situations, and a lot like if you know somebody grandma, well, she not gonna think grandma, but if you know somebody mom is doing bad, which is she said brothers and sisters, and you know she's living in a trifling environment, why wouldn't the brothers and sisters try to reach out or try to pop up? That's just common sense. You know she's living in a bad situation. Naturally, you're gonna be like, okay, like she said, where's the family? But he told you don't interact with the family. So you're keeping her in this nasty, toxic environment. And the family is reaching out, but you're obeying Umar orders.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. So you are playing devil's advocate. So like, do you want her to get out of it or you want her to stay in it? Either way, you don't want to do either one would make you accomplish. You just want to, my name Bennett, I'm not in it, but you ain't doing nothing but to hurt my grandma in the end. So even if you don't want to reach out to the family, reach out to the Asian community, the elderly agent of politics or whatever, so they can get involved and say like, okay, this is not sanitary, this is not this is not that, X, Y, and Z. And that's why I was like, hey, I called, like, there's at the screen door of my grandma's house is ripped down. I ripped it down because it's a like a fire safety barricade type screen door, and then it's the actual door. And the door is a metal door, and that metal door is a fire safety door. Because when you have a housing authority home, the doors have to be a certain material because of the safety measures that have to go into the fire and things like that. And then it was the storm door, which is something that had to happen in Philadelphia for the safety of elderly, because those doors is almost unbreakable in certain situations. So the only thing I could do in that situation is rip the screen door down so that I can knock directly on the actual door rather than the screen door.
Mm-hmm. So you actually went up there and knocked on the door?
Yeah, I banged on the door, climbed the fence. There's like an empty lot right next to it. Climbed that. Couldn't get in. Waited there for hours. Things like that. And then and my uncles too tried. So like my uncles.
When was this? When was the last time you went up there to try to see your grandmother?
The summer of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all summer of 2023. But before that, I tried to, like, 2022, tried all year. Winter came, slowed down. 2023 came, tried again in the summer. So I got connected with so I have a lot of elders in the community too, for sure. Like from the Freedom School movement and things like that, NAACP, all those same type people that Umar is connected to. And they helped me too as well. And they was like, hey, yeah, these are the people we call, people to contact, things like that. And everything just kept getting to a standstill. We found out, like, to the last person that was the general manager of the CNAs, well, the home health aid company. That person wound up getting fired, so they didn't have a person that I could contact until they hired a new person. And the person that was on her case before, they somehow got fired or quit or something like that. So it was a lot of things that I seen that it was a lot of dead ends because somebody disappeared.
When you say someone, the people who were on her case, because you did mention that you did call the authorities to try to have him, right? So can you talk about that? When did you do that, and what was the outcome?
Right. So yeah, this is all summer 2023. The Asian, the elderly, I can't remember the name exactly. It's like the Asian and elderly, the people that do the self checks, so that technically, legally, we can't just call cops and just be like, hey, go check on this person. You had to call the agent of the elderly, and you call them, file a complaint, tell them that, hey, my grandma have MS. I just concerned, none of the family heard from her for a while. my aunt, which is Umar's older sister. Umar do have an older sister. She confirmed and stuff like that. So I had all the family confirmed the fact that they did not talk to her, which is about 10, 15 of us. So they did go out and check, but they not allowed to break in, obviously. So they knocked on the door, things like that, seeing who's there. The home health aide was there. It was there. And I'm not gonna say it was her per se, because I don't know. But if she was there during the summer of 2023, it was definitely her who turned them away and said that she was fine and everything was good, because they can't literally go into the house. And Umar he had rights over my grandma, and this is how it really all.
I want to talk to you today about a very sincere opportunity and effort to acquire all or part of the FDMG Academy. And this is something that I encourage you all to share with Dr. Umar, and I'll tell you why. My understanding right now, and I'll reference a video that gives some of the numbers, but my understanding right now is that Dr. Umar's school that he has raised millions for and perhaps allocated, actually spent maybe 1.5 million on, that it is in risk of being taken away essentially by the state, the government that is, and auctioned, which means that all of that money donated will have been thrown to waste. My sincere offer, and it's very clear that I can make this offer in sincerity and convert on it. My understanding is that Dr. Umar owes approximately 38,000 US dollars between utilities, back taxes, things like this. And in paying that bill, which is a manageable bill, he would be able to retain this real estate property, the land and the school buildings. So my offer is to, pending, of course, an inspection, and this can all be private between Dr. Umar and I, the inspection, the results of the inspection, the state of the actual buildings, all these things, because I do acquire distressed assets. This is clearly a distressed asset, and I think that we can do something that will both benefit potentially students that could learn there at the FDMG Academy. It'll certainly benefit the donors who want their dollars honored and not wasted. It will make sure that Dr. Umar is able to continue on the journey that he's on. And of course, there'll be something in it for me. As I said, it's a distressed asset. So essentially what would happen is this. My sincere offer is I will write the check for, 40,000 or so, however many dollars it is. I'll write the check for $40,000 if you would allow me to just obviously tour the properties, and if they meet at least a reasonable condition upon visual inspection, then I'll send a proper inspector through to see what the true challenges are of the buildings. What is the actual quality of the HVAC, the electrical wiring, and all the things that are needed to get the buildings functional. And pending the inspector coming back to me with a report that doesn't have anything too egregious, meaning too costly, such that the actual value of the buildings would be less than $40,000, which I don't foresee being the case, I would then basically, in my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe in elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay, pending an appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes, in exchange for control of one of those buildings. The benefit for Dr. Umar is that he gets to retain the other buildings and continue on with whatever he was trying to do. Because right now, my understanding is that he's essentially pressed to acquire the capital quickly. And even if he were to raise it from his donors, which are probably shrinking in number of and frequency of and amount of, meaning amount.
Now let's just see now, Mr. Burton. What a great proposal, Mr. Burton. Will Dr. Umar take it? Let's see what the fans are saying. Thanks. Antoine say thanks. Mr. Jones said, this is the true test for Umar. Yes, it is. This is a test. Do you care about your donors? After all, you have not put 1 cent into the school, into the property. This is the community, the donors project. This is their school. This is a true test. Will you continue to have an ego, Dr. Umar? Or will you think about your donor and the kids, the school that you promised the kids? Now, this is Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones still saying that this is the true test with Omar. If it's for the kids, it's bigger than us. Yes, it is. It's bigger than us. Just like Mr. Burden said, Marquett Burden said, you know, you had me blocked. I was doing little jokes here and there, but this is bigger. This is about all the donors that will lose out, that had all this hope in the school for their children. Of course, this is about not allowing the school to go to the government. Then you still, if he do this, he write him a check. You still have your respect, your dignity, and your building. It's bigger than us. He should be willing to put his feelings aside. That's what Mr. Jones is saying. Okay? Let's just keep it rolling. Great move, Mr. Saints. They call them Saints.
That they're pledging, the frequency with which they pledge, and the number of persons pledging. So he needs quick capital, and quick capital has value. And if you would invite me over, I'll fly out to Delaware on my own penny, and I will inspect it visually. I'll immediately hire an inspector, get an appraiser in there, and then I'll write the check. And then, I'll have one of those buildings signed over to me. He gets to continue on with a significant amount of real estate that will continue to be in his name and at his disposal, and we'll both win, and he gets out of a tight situation. That is the proposal. And I do want to concede to everyone that, number one, I'm aware that he's blocked me on several platforms, and I don't blame him, frankly. I mean, I've cracked jokes, I've been critical, but this right here is bigger than Marquett Devon Burton. It's bigger than Dr. Umar Johnson. It's about you as a Pan-Africanist, a pro-Black person. You don't want this building and all the donations from Black people to basically go into the government's hands. And certainly this building is not going to go to another Black person, and certainly not a Black person creating a school for Black people. So I am a Black man, and I will cut the check, which everyone knows I can cut, and I will cut it quickly to salvage your effort and to save the valuable donations that you've already allocated. And all I ask is that I'm able to take control of one of the buildings, which I think is a fair.
Okay, this is fair. Let's see what the fans are saying. Sherry L said, great move. Oh, God knows, y'all, I was so sad. I was saying only if I had that money, I would write that check. I don't have it. I'm an old lady on Social Security. But Sarah F said, great move. Black people deserve to see the unity and supportive aspect of this. Thank you for stepping forward. Thank you, Mr. Birdie. Thank you. And also, Robert McNeil said, excellent proposal. I support you. This is the right way to handle this situation. This is a test for you, Dr. Umar. This is your test. Will you take this offer, or will your ego get in the way?
Deal, because frankly, it's in Delaware, which is like, I'm not even get into it. But I think that that's a really good offer. I want to go through a little bit of what folks are saying, and then I'll go through one of the clips in which Dr. Umar speaks to this situation, and we'll wind this down. And I want everyone to know I say this in full sincerity, and I want to be very transparent that I don't believe Dr. Umar about much. I believe that he's mismanaged the funds. I believe that he's squandered them for whatever reason. I believe maybe at the beginning he had good intention, but at this stage, that doesn't matter. He's dealing with a.
I agree. I agree with you, Mr. Marquett, Bertie. He had good intentions, you guys. He did. Something happened along the way. Shit happened, really. But Dr. Umar, if you would have been honest along your journey, along your mishap, you would have had help. You won't take help. It's going to take a team. It's going to take a team now. If he bail you out, it's got to be a team working on this project with you. You cannot be a one-man show, Dr. Umar.
Stressed asset that he's potentially going to lose everything, and I'm coming in with capital ready to write a check quickly, and I can help prevent that. And I hope that ego or past, disagreements don't get in the way of him getting the check so that he can maintain control over the greater project and continue on with potentially creating a legacy and, honoring the donations. Like, that's what this is about. It has mutual self-interest. My self-interest is getting a distressed asset at low cost. Your interest is maintaining your reputation, maintaining your opportunity, maintaining your donor base, and honoring the dollars that you've already received. Okay. Now, let me go through what folks are saying, and then we'll go through the video where Umar is speaking to the situation, and I'll respond. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who have comments, questions, you can use the information below to send in your comments, questions, tithes, and tuition. May I acknowledge? Shout out to Sire. He writes, you are doing the Lord's work, Mr. Bird. I appreciate that. And honestly, I think many of you either currently or have at some point believed in Dr. Umar. And I don't think any of you are fools, honestly. I think that I personally respect someone who has donated to his school, Black people, more than those who haven't. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you why. Because yes, he did fool you and he fooled me, but you have to try in this world. You have to try. We can sit back and complain about Black folks. We can complain about white folks, but to take action, whether the action is you directly doing something or funding those who are doing something, that's big and that's hopeful.
It can be done, you guys, simply because I know my grandson, he said he done graduated from high school now and in college, and the school's still not built. But he went to, you got a school called Marquett down here in Atlanta. You got schools in Atlanta that is Black owned, not funded by the government, where the community is funding it. So it can be done. I remember I was so impressed when my grandson going to Marquett, y'all. The community funds this school. It's girls and boys, but we turned the homeless shelter. They closed down the homeless shelter, and that's what was turned into the school. So it can be done, you guys. It can be done.